Hi, my name is Jacen Torres. I'm the lead campaign designer on Company Heroes 2. Company Heroes 2's subject matter is the Eastern Front, which has, I believe, 13 of the 15 biggest and most bloodiest casualty-caused battles in World War II, which is really the 20th century. I think a really important part of the Company Heroes experience is that kind of tactical depth to the battlefield and really feeling like things are alive. It's everything from the way troops move and animate to what they can do and how almost everything in the game is destructible. You can vault over a wall or it can be destroyed by a tank driving through it. You can move through the snow and watch your guys trudge, or mortars can bomb it and suddenly it's like flattened ground again. Having a dynamic battlefield that provides all of these tactical gameplay options is really important to us. So some of the cool new features of Company Heroes 2 are the True Sight system, which allows true movement around the battlefield and dynamic line of sight based on objects that can block line of sight, which can change during battle. They can be blown up, they can be destroyed by your enemy, or just incidentally by the environmental factors of gameplay. There's things like flanking, which is an improvement to the cover system now. Some of the walls you can actually flank, have new flank routes by vaulting over them and giving you additional tactics. Things like snow, which are going to change the way you think about paths and the paths you can take to your enemy, as well as the paths that they're taking, and try and trap them into a place where they're going to move slow and you can take advantage of that. There's a lot of new things that Company Heroes 2, and we're going to be telling you more about those over time. So Company Heroes definitely has more of an infantry focus. It's a close-in game. It's a game about you know, the smaller battlefields and the tactics that soldiers actually use. It's about how you use these squads and these soldiers in union in order to accomplish goals, flank your enemy, outmaneuver them, use your battlefield tactics in order to ultimately gain the advantage that is going to give you the victory. And really that kind of happens more in close, in depth, and it plays to the strengths of the games. It plays to the visuals, it plays to the destruction, which you're just not going to see if the camera's really far out. And it plays to the tone of the game, which is really about those heroes, those soldiers, those guys on the front lines. I think that Company Heroes 2 is moving in a direction of trying to tell an experience that isn't as popular in the Western audience. You don't see a lot of games really tackling the Eastern Front, and especially not in such an authentic and historical way that Company of Heroes tends to look at material. So it's a new experience, it's a new story, and it's something that bleeds into every facet of the game, from the way units, the actual units that you have, the way that they move, the options that you have to use them, to the higher level, which is the narrative, the tone, how it feels to win a mission, and what a battle actually means in multiplayer. I think it's incredibly important to go and get a feel for what you're dealing with when you're making a game as important in authenticity as Company of Heroes. When we were looking at the Eastern Front, we knew, because this wasn't a story that has been told a lot to Western audiences, that we needed to get a bigger grasp of what that meant to the people there and what they took away from the experience in terms of their culture and how it affected everything that they did afterwards. So when you visit a place like Berlin that's this kind of living testament to World War II, and you still see bullet holes in the walls, and it's very obvious that the city is still kind of not kind of like a living, breathing monument, because it's still active. It's a major city. It has a big metropolis, excuse me. But it's also, you know, a place that has relics of war. I don't think we're too worried about how the popular gaming publishers feel about World War II. We're more interested in kind of bringing the authenticity of that experience to the player. And I think really it kind of almost doesn't matter what the subject matter is or what the period is, if you're really into it and you really want to make it flow and feel and play in a fantastic manner to the player. And that's just, we're passionate about that time period. We're passionate about that product, that game, and that's something that we're continuing with Company Heroes 2.